Hey guys, Preston here from Creative Arms, and today we're going to be looking at everything that you need to know about suppressors. So up first, we're going to talk about what a suppressor is. The whole idea of a suppressor is to diminish the report of a firearm. So it does that through a variety of different ways. The first up is going to be a K baffle. These are traditionally used because you'll be able to easily take them apart and clean them. There's usually a baffle stack, around 8 to 9 baffles depending on what the suppressor is. Next up, we have a Monocore design. So a Monocore is essentially the same thing, but all in one piece. So instead of having individual baffles that stack together, a Monocore is one piece that has all the individual baffling cut out. Next up, we have a welded suppressor, which will take the K baffle style of internal, so something like this here. We'll stack them all together and then weld them all on the outside. So now we're really going to talk about what type of suppressors are out there. So first up is the rimfire suppressor. This is really designed for small caliber such as .22 long rifle. Next up we have our pistol suppressors, which are really designed for 45 and 9mm. These will require a booster housing and a Nielsen device, which we'll get into here in just a minute, but we'll keep moving on. Next up we'll have a 5.56 suppressor. This is really designed for just .223, 5.56. After that, we have our 30 cal suppressor. So by far, this suppressor is our most popular. The reason for that is it can be used on a variety of different host firearms. So think .223, 5.56, 300 blackout, 308, all the way up to 300 Win Mag. So now that we've covered the basics of suppressors, we're going to take a look at mounting systems. So depending on what type of suppressor or what caliber you're shooting, there's going to be different types of mounting systems that come into play. So first up, we're going to take a look at direct thread suppressors. So traditionally, rimfire suppressors are going to be direct thread. So what that means is the barrel itself is going to have a thread directly on it. So simply, the suppressor is just going to thread directly onto that, and then you're ready to start shooting. So another type of direct thread option is for handguns, specifically 9 and 45. So these type of Browning action firearms are going to also require what's called a booster housing or Nielsen device. Simply put, it is a spring-loaded piston system that goes inside the suppressor. So what this does is allows the suppressor to free float from the barrel and allow the pistol to cycle correctly. So the adapter goes inside the suppressor, and then again, the suppressor just direct threads onto the barrel. So now that we've talked about direct thread options, we're going to take a look at QD options and what features and capabilities those have. So first up, we're going to talk about Trilug adapters. So Trilug adapters are usually designed on HK platform rifles. So really it's just a three lug system right here. What's cool about that is the suppressor with our Trilug adapter will simply go on, push on, rotate, a third turn, and then is directly attached to the suppressor. So it makes it really simple and easy to be able to take the suppressor on and off depending on what you're going to be doing. And if you have multiple firearms, it's also an accessory that you can put onto other firearms to be able to quickly transfer the suppressor from one to the other. Depending on who you go with a suppressor, they're most likely going to have their own style of QD system. Here at Creative Arms, we have our own style of Acme thread QD system. So you simply, to put the suppressor on, you open up the latch, put the suppressor on, rotate it down 3 turns, clamp the collar, and you're ready to shoot. So it makes it really simple for end users to be able to quickly transfer the suppressor from one to the next without having to take off any thread protector or any muzzle device. So lastly, in the suppressed world, you may see out there is integrally suppressed firearms. So integrally suppressed firearms are cool because they combine the suppressor and the barrel together all in one system, which oftentimes leads to only having to do a tack stamp on just the suppressor, which in this case, this is one of our integrally suppressed uppers, which is kind of cool because we pin and weld our tube to the barrel itself, meaning it's 16 inches overall length, and then the suppressor is serialized on the outside on the monocore, and simply put the suppressor in, rotate it down, put the upper on the lower receiver, and then you're shooting suppressed. So along with sound reduction, the next thing you may be looking at is materials. So oftentimes in the suppressor world, materials include aluminum, stainless steel, titanium, Inconel, and a few other exotic metals. For example, our rimfire suppressor is mainly constructed out of 70-75 aluminum. So aluminum is great because it's super lightweight and can handle rimfire, heat and pressure. Whereas let's say our 30 cal suppressor uses a titanium monocore. If we were to take the same core and make it out of aluminum, it would not be able to handle the heat or pressure out of that round. So depending on what caliber that you're going to be shooting, you'll want to look at the material respective to that caliber. After looking at the materials, that's going to reflect the pricing as well. So when looking at pricing, understand that along with the suppressor costs, you're still going to have a $200 one-time fee per item. So keep that in mind as you move forward with your suppressor purchase, that budget for the suppressor along with the tax stamp. Hopefully this video has covered the basics for a new suppressor owner. We understand that this video was really geared towards that audience. However, if you have questions or you want more detailed information about suppressor ownership or completing a Form 4 or any other question, make sure to head over to our website at creativearms.com or to shoot us an email at sales@creativearms.com and we'll be able to help you out. So make sure to like and subscribe this video if you liked it. Since we're at the range, we're gonna go ahead and shoot, and we'll see you later.